So yesterday, Donald Trump held a little press conference where he talked about the class action lawsuits that he has filed against Twitter, Facebook, and Google, because Google owns YouTube and that's really who his grievance is with here. But anyway, he sued these outlets because, by God, they are censoring conservative voices. They censored his voices. And damn it, that's unconstitutional, so says Donald Trump. Because as we all know, the Constitution clearly says that corporations have to allow you use of their services. Not sure where in the Constitution that is, but Trump is totally confident that it's there. Now, I discussed this over at my other channel a little bit, and I talked about the fact that this is very obviously Donald Trump trying to play the victim twice. Because he knows this lawsuit is destined to fail. This has zero chance of succeeding in court because the corporations have the right to freedom of speech themselves, as courts have already decided in the case against Ron DeSantis's little punishment law for social media. And the companies, in that case, it was ruled they can ban people if they want. That's their freedom of speech by not allowing people to use their platform, their intellectual property, and their business. They have the right to do that. And by the way, you can thank conservatives for making the case for many, many years to courts across the country that, yes, businesses have the right to discriminate against anybody they want to. And honestly, that's a little bit of what this is. But there's a couple other reasons too. It's not just so he can play the victim when he loses the court case, which I totally think he's going to do. He's going to say, look, we're being persecuted again. These damn liberal courts out there struck this down. Now we got nothing left. The other thing is, shortly after his press conference, his campaign starts sending out the emails. We're suing the tech giants and we need your help. Donate today. It's a massive fundraising scheme. That's what it is. It is a massive fundraising scheme. And there's a third point too. What happened anybody remember what happened last Thursday? I don't know if you know this, but Donald Trump's company was indicted, along with his chief financial officer, indicted on multiple different counts. And then here we are 6 days later, and he's filing this massive lawsuit with a massive press conference trying to take on social media for allegedly silencing conservative voices, something that we all know is not true. Analyses of the data have proven this to not be true. This isn't a real thing that's happening, but Trump is playing the victim. Now he's fundraising off of it. And of course, this is a great distraction to the fact that his company is going down the toilet. Those are the reasons that I firmly believe Donald Trump has filed this lawsuit. He knows he has no legal standing here. He knows the case cannot be successful. You cannot go and make these claims, especially with the data. As I continuously say, they have done analyses of the data to show which posts, which people, which organizations do best on Facebook and Twitter. And guess what, folks? It's still the conservatives. Conservatives rule the day on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. So no, even if this did go to trial, if the court didn't throw it out immediately, the data would prove that Donald Trump is lying here. But he doesn't want it to go to trial. He needs for this thing to be dismissed before that ever happens. So he can play the victim, so he can raise a ton of money, and so he can continue distracting us from all the crimes that his company is getting popped for. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe to our channel for fresh content 7 days a week.